We've also been pushing hard in another lawsuit because it's all part of an unholy mix here. You know, I talk about Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and, you know, the corrupted senior leadership of the FBI and targeting Trump. And as I say, it's the same. You can't separate that from the protection of Hillary Clinton. And in August, they are spying, the FBI is, on President Trump. And we've just uncovered documents. At the same time, they are helping Hillary Clinton, accommodating her in spectacular ways. We've sued for documents between Lisa Page and Peter Strzok. We want her text messages, all that, and emails and things like that. And the documents that we've uncovered are just unbelievable in terms of the State Department, of the the FBI working hand in glove with Hillary Clinton and her lawyers. August 15th, 2016, I'll leave it to you to figure out the timelines, as this compares to what they were doing against Trump at the same time. James Baker, general counsel under Comey, so Comey's crony, emailed his colleagues to inform them that he just spoke with Clinton's lawyer Kendall, who requested documents from the FBI. Baker says he told Kendall he would need to submit a request. Baker tells his fellow FBI officials in an email, "I think we would process it expeditiously." I said we would process it expeditiously. Expeditiously. What does expeditiously mean? Assuming I can pronounce it. It means quickly. I've been at Judicial Watch, let's say 21 years? 21 years. Expeditiously and FOIA are two words that rarely go together. We've asked for expeditious requests, that our requests be handled expeditiously. We're rarely accommodated in that regard. In fact, we're rarely answered at all. That's why we've had to sue 400 times. So to see the top lawyer of the FBI coordinating with Hillary Clinton, because when you're talking to David Kendall, you're talking to Hillary Clinton. This is the email. "I just spoke with David Kendall. I conveyed our view that in order to obtain the documents they are seeking, they need to submit a request pursuant to the Privacy Act and FOIA." Meaning Hillary Clinton would have to sign the Privacy Act request herself. "I said they could submit a letter to me covering both statutes. They will send it in the morning. I said that we would process it expeditiously." He offered to speed it along for the Clinton people. This is just a few months before the election. This is the FBI working with Hillary Clinton's lawyer. David asked us to focus first on the Secretary's 302. What's the 302? That's what they call the narrative report they create of an interview of a witness or subject. The FBI interviews you and they write a 302 narrative. I said, okay, we'll have to focus on this issue tomorrow and get the 302 out the door as soon as possible, and then focus on the rest of this stuff. The following day, Kendall sent his FOIA request to Baker. I tell you what, the FBI General Counsel, and we've got probably more FOIAs with the FBI than probably any other organization or person out there. Well, I'm sure there's a nut job or two who has like 1,000 FOIAs with the FBI, but we've got a bunch of document requests with the FBI. I'm sure dozens. Never in the history of Judicial Watch has the top lawyer for the FBI ever called us to give us advice and help in getting documents quickly. In fact, it's the opposite. They oppose and obstruct and stonewall us. But not if you're Hillary Clinton and they think you're going to be president. In my view, we need to move as quickly as possible, he writes his colleagues. He passed Kendall's request to a dozen top FBI officials. But pursuant to David's oral request last night, we should focus first on Secretary Clinton's 302. Is the end of the week out of the question for her 302? Evidently not. That would have been a world record response for a Judicial Watch FOIA request, but not if you're Hillary Clinton. In a follow-up email exchange the same day, top FBI lawyer Tricia Anderson starts coordinating a plan for processing and releasing the information. Then in an August 21st email exchange, this again, 2016, Baker tells his people that he would alert Kendall. I keep on taking my glasses off and I need to see. He would alert Kendall shortly before Clinton's 302 was to be posted on the FBI's FOIA Vault webpage. Sure enough, they didn't see any problem with doing that. They don't do that for us. So we'll sue and demand documents, and we're the only ones suing for it, and the FBI will throw them up on the internet and not tell us they're there, even though we sued for them. But if you're Hillary Clinton, you get special treatment and favoritism from the FBI on a politically sensitive document, which is her interview. With the FBI on her email corruption. And you may recall a few weeks ago I talked about other communications that Baker had, the top lawyer at the FBI, with Kendall. You would think that Kendall was the general counsel of the FBI at times when you look at what was going on here. And there's some other interesting material that came out as a result of this lawsuit. Again, Judicial Watch suing in court to get this information that otherwise you'd never know about. I told you about these important 302 reports that they write. Well, according to Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, there were several interviews where they didn't write the 302, so they weren't even keeping a record of these Clinton email investigation interviews. This shows you what a joke and a sham the Clinton email investigation was. So forgive me for getting a little excited, but this is pretty troubling stuff. And Judicial Watch is doing the heavy lifting here. If it weren't for Judicial Watch, you wouldn't know about this. And I would suggest that the Attorney General of the United States start taking a look at what his Justice Department is producing to us and tell his prosecutors, we need to relook at this. He's committed to looking at the way the FBI or the Clinton email investigation was handled. And another thing he can do, he can tell his Justice Department to stop opposing us in court as we're getting the discovery on the Clinton email issues. I could spend an hour talking to you about the obstruction that continues today and the battles our lawyers have to engage in with Justice Department lawyers right now who are defending Hillary Clinton, protecting the State Department and the Justice Department and the FBI from being held accountable, and the American people and the courts from finding out the truth about their misconduct. That's happening right now, and the Attorney General needs to police his own there. But our lawyers are going to keep on working hard with your support. So I tell you, between Mueller, between this corruption we've uncovered at the FBI and the Justice Department, the Attorney General of the United States and the President of the United States, I hope, recognize the Justice Department has been thoroughly corrupted. And it's not a leadership issue necessarily. It's partisan. Many of the lawyers there are partisan. They think they answer to no one. And they need to be restrained. The Justice Department is out of control, constitutionally speaking, ethically speaking, and it is a matter of public policy. So I don't know about you, but I thank God for Judicial Watch that we're there watching them. Because right now, the Justice Department is the focus of our energy at exposing what it did wrong in terms of targeting Trump, protecting Hillary Clinton, and frankly, targeting other innocent Americans like yourselves in their quest to sometimes just make people's lives miserable for the sake of making them miserable just because they can, but obviously also to extend the power of big government, lawless government, over people who get in the way of their political games.